Ever been out in the bush and a small problem, like a fallen tree, an overgrown trail, or a tense moment with no backup, suddenly feels huge because you don't have the right tool? And that's exactly why a good machete matters. It gives you reach, cuts through thick brush, helps build shelter, and can be a real defensive option when nothing else is handy. Well, there are loads of machetes out there, but only some are built tough enough for survival and self-defense. So, today we'll show you 25 of the strongest machetes for survival and self-defense. Updated price and purchase links are provided in the video description for your convenience. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's begin. If you want a knife that mixes old-school Viking power with modern survival skills, the Tops Storm Vector is a solid choice. It's inspired by the Viking SEAX, a historic knife, but updated to be super useful today. The blade is 12.63 inches long, made from strong 1095 carbon steel. And it's thick and tough, giving you serious chopping power. But the tip is shaped in a reverse tanto style, which means you can also do precise cutting when you need to. And the handle is black micarta, which grips really well. The whole knife is full tang, meaning the steel runs all the way through the handle. Well, there's also a custom version. As you can see, this custom version doesn't really perform better than the original Tops model. This one is basically the same knife, but slightly redesigned, mostly for personal taste or looks. It's kind of like getting a custom paint job or a new grip on a favorite tool. It still cuts, chops, and handles just like the standard Storm Vector, but it gives owners a chance to have something a bit more unique or personalized. Made in the USA, this knife is a mix of Viking inspiration and modern survival skills. If you need a machete that can take a lot of hard work without getting dull, the HX Outdoors Mountain is a good one. It has a curved blade that's 8.27 inches long and made from D2 steel. And this steel is famous for staying sharp longer than normal steel, so you won't need to sharpen it all the time. The blade is also forged, which means it was heated and shaped to make it really tough. It has a hardness rating of 58 HRC, which is just a way of saying it's strong but still cuts well. The handle is rubberized so it won't slip out of your hands even if they're wet or dirty. The blade's curved shape makes it great for chopping through thick bushes or firewood. It comes with a sheath that has a fire starter built into the belt clip, so you don't need to carry extra gear. The overall length is under 14 inches, which is smaller than big machetes but still gives plenty of cutting power. At 1.35 pounds, it's heavy enough to chop well without tiring your arm. The shorter blade means you won't reach as far as a bigger one, but because the steel stays sharp for a long time, you can spend more time cutting and less time sharpening. This makes it a reliable, easy-to-use outdoor tool. Out in the woods, carrying both an axe and a knife can be a hassle. The Skrama 240 solves that by being both strong enough to chop wood, yet sharp enough for small, careful work. It's made in Finland and built tough, with a 9.4-inch blade made from strong carbon steel. That means it can handle really hard use, like cutting branches or splitting wood. What's cool is that the blade has two different sharpened angles. The part near the handle is sharper for detailed work like carving, and the front part is made for heavy chopping. So you can switch between light and hard work without changing tools. And its handle is made of rubber and shaped so you can hold it in different ways, for short, controlled cuts, or long, powerful swings. It's full tang, which means the steel runs all the way through the handle, making it extra strong. At around 18.5 ounces, it's not super heavy but still packs a strong swing. You just need to keep the blade clean and oiled so it doesn't rust, since carbon steel needs a little care. When thick branches or wild overgrowth block your path, you need something that can clear the way fast. It's kind of like a mix between a Kukri and a bolo, two famous chopping blades, so it hits really hard. The 12-inch blade is made from tough 1095 high-carbon steel and is about a 1/4 inch thick, which means it's strong enough for serious chopping. The blade is designed to be heavier toward the front, so every swing lands with more power. You can cut down branches, chop firewood, or even clear trails with ease. Some people even use it for things like slicing food because the edge stays sharp for a long time. The handle is made of micarta, which gives you a good grip even when your hands are sweaty, though a few people like wrapping it in paracord for extra comfort. At around 26 ounces, it's heavier than most machetes, but that extra weight helps it chop better. The sheath it comes with is strong and has straps so you can carry it on your gear. Sometimes you just want one blade that can do it all without worrying about rust or high maintenance. That's where the M48 Ops Combat Bowie comes in. It's a big, rugged knife that's tough, practical, and ready for anything from camping chores to emergency use. This full-tang machete features a 16-inch overall length and a blade of 420A stainless steel with a titanium electroplated finish, giving you corrosion resistance that carbon steel machetes simply cannot match in wet environments. What makes this Bowie different from traditional machetes is the multi-function blade design, incorporating partial serrations for cutting rope and webbing, a sawback spine for processing wood, and a devastating chisel point for penetration. The reinforced impact-resistant handle provides a strong grip that outperforms cheaper alternatives, while the exposed tang features a spike pommel that adds another tactical option. Users appreciate how the stainless steel construction means less maintenance, and its sheath that comes with it is MOLLE-compatible. Some people think the knife looks a bit too tactical or flashy, but it's still a solid choice if you want something affordable, strong, and easy to take care of for camping, survival, or just outdoor use. When you need a machete that blends precise detail work with real chopping power, then have a look at the Barebones Nata tool, which takes an old Japanese design and turns it into a modern survival machete. Here, its 12-inch stainless steel blade has a unique trapezoid shape that balances heavy chopping power with precision control. Because the blade runs fully through the handle in a full tang design, it delivers excellent balance, which helps reduce fatigue during long swings. With an overall length of 21 inches and weighing about 1.5 pounds, it offers good reach and enough impact for serious chopping tasks. Plus, the squared tip isn't just a design feature. It's genuinely useful for detailed survival work. And the weather-resistant sheath keeps the blade protected and easy to access when needed. On the downside, some users find the handle could be slightly larger for comfort during extended use. Still, for those who want a reliable, well-balanced machete that can handle both heavy work and finer tasks, it's a strong contender. If survival comes down to a tool that simply won't quit, the Hooyman Bush Machete is built for reliability. With a bit over a 21-inch stainless steel blade and full tang construction, it's built to survive the real world. What sets it apart is the no-slip H-grip handle. It actually grips better when wet. So basically, it's great for clearing brush, tall grass, or setting up an emergency shelter. Here, the thin blade cuts lighter vegetation with minimal effort, and that lets you save energy for other survival tasks. And at 28 inches overall and under 2 pounds, it gives solid reach without feeling like a lumberjack tool, and the custom sheath with belt loops keeps it accessible at a moment's notice. Plus, here, the peg hole in the handle is a surprisingly handy touch for secure storage or tying it down at base camp. Well, we want to mention that the thinner blade isn't ideal for heavy chopping, and with extreme use, the handle might loosen over time. But in situations where failure isn't an option, the Hooyman keeps performing, making it an actual survival tool that won't let you down when it counts most. Once you've tried pushing through thick jungle with a weak blade, you never want to go back. That's where the Condor Mid-Makara makes its case. It's a 14-inch 1075 high carbon steel blade designed for two-handed chopping power. Its distal taper, thinner toward the tip, which means faster swings without losing brute force at the base, so you can clear dense brush or take down branches efficiently. Here, the handle scales keep your grip solid even in wet or sweaty conditions, and the convex grind creates an edge that's sharp, durable, and easy to sharpen in the field. At 23 inches overall and under 2 pounds, it balances reach and maneuverability, while the handcrafted leather sheath allows quick deployment. This machete doubles as a serious self-defense tool too. The wide blade and powerful swings create an intimidating presence. That said, carbon steel does need maintenance to prevent rust, and the premium construction comes at a higher price. But if you want a survival machete that can handle everything from trail clearing to shelter building to emergency protection, the Mid-Makara delivers professional-grade performance. There's a reason traditional Kukris have been trusted by Gurkha warriors for centuries, and the CRKT Kuk brings that legendary design to modern survival scenarios. Here, we must appreciate its recurved blade, which actually pulls material into the cutting edge, making chopping feel almost effortless. And at 10.5 inches, the 65 million carbon steel blade is a bit shorter than some machetes, but its weight-forward design sends maximum energy into each swing. So whether you're splitting coconuts, cutting firewood, or clearing brush, it delivers serious power. The double injection molded handle with thermoplastic rubber overlay keeps your grip secure, isolates vibration, and prevents fatigue during long sessions. Here, the Kukri shape isn't just for chopping. Its spear point tip gives good thrusting capability, so it doubles for self-defense. The under 16-inch overall length also makes it fairly portable without sacrificing reach. Though the unique curve can be tricky to sharpen without the right tools. But if you're looking for a time-tested design that's been battle-proven and adapted for modern survival, the CRKT Kuk brings that effectiveness into your hands. Well, now you might be waiting for the budget-friendly option, so have a look at the Schrade SCMACH2. Its 15-inch 3CR13 stainless steel blade comes with a black oxide coating to resist corrosion and reduce glare, practical for tactical situations. What makes it versatile is the combination of a sharp main edge and aggressive sawback teeth, letting you handle woodcutting when other tools aren't handy. Full tang construction ensures durability under heavy use, and the clip point with a false edge adds thrusting power for defense. The TPE handle maintains control even when wet or grimy, and the 21-inch overall length keeps it maneuverable in tight spaces. At just under 17 ounces, it's light enough for all-day carry. The included nylon sheath with retention straps keeps it secure but accessible. Well, the edge may need more frequent sharpening, and the sheath lacks premium features, but for the price, it's hard to beat. For anyone who wants reliable cutting power, solid self-defense potential, and all in a budget, this machete delivers well for survival scenarios. If your gear needs to be as tough and refined as the terrain you're trekking through, the Wright Overland machete fits the bill. Well, this one clearly feels like the premium option on this list. Crafted in the USA from 10 to 75 high-carbon steel, one feature that really sets it apart is its two-stage patina finish. This finish isn't just for visual appeal. It naturally resists rust and also makes sharpening in the field significantly easier. The blade itself is about 12.25 inches long, and the full length of the machete comes to 19 inches. Here, the handle is worth mentioning. It's fitted with natural micarta scales and sealed with marine-grade epoxy, which ensures it will endure even the toughest, wettest conditions. Additionally, the machete can be paired with either a traditional leather sheath or a more modern kydex option. Now, this isn't a machete you'd find in a bargain bin. It commands a higher price compared to mass-produced blades. But in exchange, you get a high-quality convex grind that cuts deeply and steel that's built to last for years. For anyone who appreciates meticulous craftsmanship and doesn't mind investing in American-made quality, the Wright Overland machete really stands out as a top-tier option. Next one, which takes a somewhat different approach, the ESEE Darien. This machete is American-designed but actually manufactured in El Salvador, a country where machetes are a part of daily life. It takes its name from the Darien Gap, one of the most challenging jungle environments on the planet, which gives a clear sense of the rugged terrain it's built to handle. Here, the blade measures just over 12.3 inches and is forged from 10 to 75 carbon steel. It's heat-treated to strike a balance between toughness and ease of sharpening, so you can keep it field-ready. The micarta handle is carefully contoured, providing a secure grip that won't slip even if your hands are sweaty or damp. Weighing only 15.5 ounces, it's surprisingly lightweight, allowing you to swing it all day without quickly wearing yourself out. The machete comes with a straightforward canvas sheath that isn't flashy, but it does its job of protecting the blade very well. While it isn't the cheapest option available, the Darien makes up for it with reliability, which in the field is far more important than cost. When your task calls for the accuracy of a knife but the power of a hatchet, the Silky Nata lands right in that sweet middle. Coming straight from Japan, this hybrid tool brings old-school forging techniques to a blade designed for clean, controlled chopping. The blade is made from SKS51 steel, using traditional Japanese forging techniques, which immediately signals excellent sharpness and long-lasting edge retention. It's available in two lengths, 210 or 240 millimeters, and it also comes in either single-edge or double-edge designs, depending on whether you want a tool optimized for chopping or splitting. The tip is slightly squared off, which shifts the blade's weight forward and helps generate more chopping power while requiring less effort. The handle is crafted from Genki rubber, which does an excellent job of absorbing shock and vibration. Users often note that it remains comfortable even after extended hours of cutting. The machete comes with a hard plastic sheath that features a belt clip, making it convenient to carry around for outdoor tasks or field work. For anyone who appreciates Japanese craftsmanship and wants a tool that offers both precision and effective chopping power, the Nata is worth considering. Sometimes one tool just isn't enough, which is why the Camillus Carnivore X18 packs a little bit of everything into a single machete. Now, at first glance, it looks like a fairly standard 12-inch blade, but thanks to its titanium bonding, it's about 3 times harder than untreated steel. This allows the blade to hold its edge significantly longer than you might expect from a conventional machete. What makes this one unique is the versatility. It's not just a machete, it's also a saw, a digger, a chisel, and even a gutting tool. The back edge is serrated and chews through branches like they're nothing. And on top of that, it comes with a ballistic nylon sheath that even packs a small 5-inch trimming knife inside. The rubberized handle keeps it grippy, even if your hands are wet or muddy. Now, well, this is kind of a heavy tool. You're not going to casually toss it into your pack unless you know you'll be putting it to work. But if you're heading out for serious camping or survival use, it's like having multiple tools wrapped into one machete. Now, this one is a Kukri-inspired machete, but updated with modern design features. The Bestia from Tops Knives. The blade is 13 inches long and forged from 1095 high-carbon steel, with a signature tan traction finish from Tops for added durability and corrosion resistance. The forward curved blade ensures a weight-forward swing. It's capable of clearing heavy brush or even cutting through small trees with relative ease. The micarta handle is intentionally long, so you can either grip closer to the blade for fine control or farther back for maximum chopping force. At just over 31 ounces, it's not the lightest machete, but it's well balanced enough that fatigue doesn't set in too quickly. The Kydex sheath, complete with a leather dangler attachment, makes carrying such a substantial tool much more manageable. While the weight and premium price point may make it less ideal for casual camp chores, the Bestia excels in raw chopping power. So, if you want one of the most potent cutting tools on the market, the Bestia truly lives up to its imposing name. Moving on to the Master Cutlery Jungle Master, it has a serious reach and chopping power. These long, hefty blades make clearing thick brush or small trees feel much easier, giving you leverage that smaller machetes just can't match. The blade itself runs up to about 15.5 inches of cutting edge on the bigger model, which gives you reach that's hard to find in standard machetes. Full tang stainless steel keeps the build reliable, and the handle is wrapped in thick cord. That cord can be unraveled in a pinch, giving you extra cordage for emergencies, a nice survival bonus. People often say the edge comes sharp enough but not quite field ready, so you'll likely want to give it a proper sharpening before taking it out. Once tuned up though, the hollow grind gives it solid sharpness for such a big blade. And carrying such a long machete could be awkward, but the nylon sheath with an adjustable shoulder strap makes it manageable. Still, because of the size and weight, this isn't something you'd grab for light camp chores. When you're swinging all day, efficiency matters more than anything. And that's exactly where the SOGfari Kukri shines. Its forward-weighted design turns tough cutting into a smooth, controlled motion. Right away, the 12-inch blade stands out. It's made from 3 CR13 stainless steel with a black hardcase finish, so you're getting solid corrosion resistance and durability. The Kukri curve shifts weight toward the tip, which is exactly what makes chopping feel effortless. But SOG didn't stop there. On the spine of the blade, you'll find a full sawback with aggressive double-ground teeth. That comes in handy when chopping alone won't cut it, literally. Here the handle is made from Kraton, which gives you a rubber-like grip that stays secure even in the rain. Plus, with full tang construction, you're not worrying about it giving up on heavy swings. And at just 15 ounces and an overall length of 18 inches, it strikes a nice balance between capability and portability. Now, the steel is easy to sharpen, but it doesn't hold its edge as long as more premium steels. That's probably the biggest trade-off. Still, if you're looking for one tool that chops, cuts, and even saws, the SOGfari Kukri is a handy piece to have on your side. When your blade needs to look as tough as it performs, the United Cutlery M48 Ops Combat makes that first impression count. It's built to handle heavy chopping while staying reliable in demanding conditions. The blade is built from 420 amp stainless steel with a titanium electroplated finish, giving you both corrosion resistance and a clean edge for serious outdoor tasks. The blade itself runs 12.3 inches long and is backed up by a solid thickness of about 5 to 6 millimeters. That extra thickness means it's tough enough to handle heavy chopping. Users also like that it's full tang, so the strength carries right through the handle. And the handle is a reinforced composite with textured grips. That means it stays locked in your hand, even on sweaty or long sessions of chopping. The pommel even has a lanyard hole for added security. Carrying it is made easier with a MOLLE-compatible nylon sheath, so you can strap it onto your pack or belt however you like. And yeah, the styling may be too tactical for people who prefer traditional machetes. But performance-wise, this thing holds up well in testing. For the price, it's a capable chopper with some serious attitude. Some machetes swing heavy but feel clunky. This isn't one of them. The CRKT HalfaChance finds that sweet spot where power meets control. Its pairing-style shape puts weight where you need it, so every swing feels efficient and precise. The blade itself measures 14 inches and is made from 65 Mn carbon steel with a black powder coating to help with durability and corrosion resistance. Where this machete really shines is in balance. Even with its size, it feels nimble and controlled in the hand. The handle is glass-reinforced nylon with a rubber overmold, so you're getting grip, comfort, and less vibration when you're chopping for long stretches. People who've used it say it works great for everything from clearing brush to even finer woodworking tasks. Also, it comes with a reinforced nylon sheath that's built to take a beating and offers multiple carry options. Overall, the HalfaChance is a versatile machete that blends power with control. Bigger isn't always better, and sometimes you want a tool that's compact but still hits hard. Here, the Kershaw Camp 10 is like that kind of big knife that slices, chops, and handles most outdoor tasks without feeling unwieldy. The blade runs 10 inches long, made from 65 Mn carbon steel, and paired with a drop point shape that gives it a lot more versatility than you'd expect. So while it doesn't have the long reach of a full-size machete, it still hits hard enough to handle most outdoor tasks. It's full tang, so you're not worrying about durability, and the flat saber grind paired with a powder-coated finish means it slices cleanly and shrugs off rust pretty well. And surprisingly, it can chew through some pretty tough materials despite its shorter size. The sheath is also a plus, with options for horizontal or vertical carry. But if you need sheer striking force for heavy vegetation or chopping logs, you'll have to work harder with this than with a bigger blade. And if you're after something compact that still delivers a serious bite, the Camp 10 sits right in that sweet spot. Well, now if you want strong cutting performance with traditional craftsmanship, then have a look at the Condor Impossible. It blends classic style with a blade that holds an edge and handles heavy outdoor use. Condor went with 1075 high-carbon steel here, finished in their classic style, So you're getting a blade that not only holds an edge really well, but also sharpens up nicely. The blade itself is about 10 7/8 inches long, and the handle is what really sets this machete apart. Instead of plastic or synthetic scales, Condor fitted it with a leather-wrapped hardwood grip. That gives it a really natural, almost old-school feel in the hand, while also soaking up some of the shock from chopping. Paired with the paring-style blade geometry, a convex grind with a bit of forward weight. Plus, it comes with a handcrafted welted leather sheath, which not only looks traditional but also protects the blade well. Though the high-carbon steel does need proper care to prevent rust. Still, for anyone who appreciates traditional craftsmanship with modern durability, the Impossible Machete definitely delivers. When thick brush and vines stand between you and your destination, brute force isn't optional, it's required. So here, the cold steel jungle was made for that. Its weight-forward, long blade makes heavy-duty chopping almost effortless. The blade is made from 65 MN steel with a black matte anti-rust finish, which means you're getting durability and decent corrosion resistance right out of the box. Now, the blade here stretches a full 16 inches, so it's on the bigger side, and with that length plus its weight-forward balance, you can swing through vines, brush, and even small trees without much issue. And it gives you some extra versatility, not just chopping, but also piercing and handling those more detailed survival tasks when needed. The handle is a no-nonsense polypropylene one, tough but comfortable enough. And of course, it comes with a Corex sheath, which isn't flashy, but yeah, gets the job done. Now, when it comes to performance, field users report that it chops really well and stays effective even through demanding jobs. The only complaints are that the baked-on coating tends to wear off over time. So, if raw chopping power is what you're after and you don't mind carrying a heavier blade, the Cold Steel Jungle is one tough workhorse. If you want a compact cutter that still hits hard, the Cold Steel Bowie Machete steps in as that sweet middle ground. Well, this one might confuse you a little. They're calling it a machete, but honestly, it feels a lot closer to an oversized knife. Yeah, but that's actually the charm. If you want something compact yet still packing real striking power, this Bowie-style machete checks both boxes. The blade measures 12 inches, is forged from 65 MN high-carbon steel, and has that classic clip-point profile you usually see on traditional Bowie knives. Basically, it bridges the gap between a big camp knife and a lighter machete, making it more versatile than you'd expect. Now, weight-wise, it comes in at around 16 ounces, which is pretty manageable, and users like how lively it feels in hand. Plus, the polypropylene handle adds grip security, and you also get a Corex sheath. But yeah, it's not built for heavy-duty chopping. Still, when it comes to camp chores, light brush clearing, or times you want a tool that's compact yet strikes with authority, the Cold Steel Bowie hits a sweet spot. When you don't want to lug around a full-sized machete but still need something with bite, the Gerber Versafix Pro fits that gap nicely. Its hybrid design gives you a bit of weight up front to make chopping easier without carrying a full-size blade. The blade itself is 9 inches long, made from stainless steel, and it's got a skeletonized weight-forward design. What that means in plain terms is the blade carries a bit more mass at the front, so it slices and chops with less effort than a straight knife would. And the chiseled finish gives it a rugged look. But it's not just about style. It helps reduce friction in cuts too. One of the things people like most is the handle. It's comfortable, easy to hold, and reduces fatigue if you're working for a long time. And as it's a hybrid, it's not going to be as tough as your heavy machete. And if you're the type who needs one tool for a mix of small and medium tasks, then this one might be good for you. But if you're chasing brute chopping force, this won't be the one. When your budget is tight but you still want a blade that can actually throw down, the WEYLAND Kukri Machete has your back. It's a classic forward curve to make every swing count, delivering surprising power for its price. Now, Kukris are known for that forward curved blade design, and this one follows the classic shape with a 10-inch high-carbon steel blade. That curve naturally shifts the weight forward, which is why Kukris chop so well. Even though it's priced on the lower end, it still comes with full tang construction, which means the blade steel runs through the entire handle for extra strength. The blade itself has a black protective coating to keep rust at bay, though you'll still want to maintain it since carbon steel isn't exactly stainless. What makes this one stand out in its price range is the little details, like the rubberized grip that doesn't slip around when your hands are sweaty or wet. You also get a MALA-compatible nylon sheath. There's even a 550 paracord lanyard attached, which can double as emergency cordage. Now, like many budget machetes, the factory edge usually needs some touching up before it really shines. Alright, that was our video on the 25 strongest machetes for survival and self-defense. So, which one would you love to pick? Let us know in the comments below. And, as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed.